it is, what it do, what it is, lads and ladettes. It's your boy, the Grizz of Gamers, Nerds, and Geeks United. Welcome back to Yesterday Today, and well, it's been an interesting weekend. Of course, there was AEW Full Gear, huge wrestling fan here. AEW was announcing their games this week, and then the internet got hit with the PlayStation 5 reviews and some other disappointing news you might have seen just due to COVID-19. But let's just get into the very small piece of the appetizer. So it's something few know about me is that I'm a huge wrestling fan, right? I'm watching WWE, I'm watching AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, MLW, and basically any other wrestling brand that I can get my hands on or basically my eyes on to enjoy. When the wrestling world blends into the video game world, it automatically has my attention. I don't care if it's from an organization of a bunch of wrestlers that I don't even recognize or know. I don't care if it's just made up wrestlers. I love wrestling video games. I love wrestling, so I'm really interested. So when AEW tweeted out that AEW Games is having a special event this Tuesday on November 10th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, I got really excited, especially right before the wrestling pay-per-view happened that Saturday, which was a fantastic wrestling pay-per-view. Shout out to Cash Wheeler for somebody who does none of this super crazy athletic stuff, does a springboard 450 splash, even though he missed, but he did so flawlessly, makes me wonder if he actually has a lot of experience doing that. But anyway, also want to shout out Nyla Rose. She came out in Mega Man attire. Yeah, I don't think the internet is going crazy enough about half this stuff. This stuff was awesome. Me being a huge wrestling fan, I love these performers and I respect them to a T because I can't do half this stuff. But moving on, I might be able to beat them at these games though. But they can also go with the saying that I absolutely love video games. I never said that I was good at them. But anyway, like I said, so it was officially announced tomorrow, 6 p.m. and they will be working on multiple games that Tony Khan, the president, said. And basically, it's going to be seemingly one is going to be, of course, a wrestling sim or maybe arcadey. Who knows what type of thing they're going with. They did express the fact that they kind of wanted to go the way of WWF No Mercy, and everybody remembers No Mercy. Even if you don't play WWE games anymore or you're not a wrestling fan, we all remember No Mercy on a Nintendo 64, right? So imagine this new game being like that, and then you got some other stars and stuff like that, and they have quite an impressive roster over there on AEW. There is wrestling outside of WWE people, so they have quite a great roster, and I'm wondering if they're going to make multiple games. So one being a wrestling game and the other one being a general manager type deal. I'm actually wondering with that. I probably won't get into the general manager type deal, but I will cover it and take some looks at it. But the main one is the wrestling one. I really am interested in seeing the direction they're going to go with it. I played Fire Pro Wrestling, and that actually was basically a New Japan game. So, and I haven't played the WWE games for the last few years because they suck. And I'm really interested in seeing where AEW goes because it's mainly my main American wrestling company. I don't watch WWE as much, so I'm really excited to see what direction that AEW is going in. And we will find out tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, so I don't want to say the pandemic is taking Sega away from us, but it appears to be so. Because remember just last week, Sega Sammy basically sold a huge amount of their shares inside Sega, the arcade division and everything like that. Well, now they're asking for 650 employees to voluntarily retire. This is terrible, and COVID-19 is trash. So they released an official statement. They actually sent this email out to those 650 people, and I'm going to read it for you here. And it says, in order to recover earnings at an early stage and achieve sustainable growth in the future, we consider that it is necessary to promote cost reduction centered on fixed expenses and build an even more efficient system, and decided to call for voluntary retirement of employees. They want 650 people to retire by February 28th of next year. And they said if they do decide to do that, they will receive a payment of extraordinary retirement allowances and re-employment support. This is crazy. This is sad. One of the greatest gaming companies, The gaming companies of our childhood, I don't care if you had a Super Nintendo or if you had both, you've played something on both. You've appreciated something that has come from Sega. If you like Sonic, cool. You like Yakuza, cool. I mean, I think Atlas is in there somewhere in Persona. I think, or maybe that was just published by Sega. Sega has done so many great things. What happens? I just really hope it doesn't get to them selling assets or looking to get bought out. Or maybe if they do get bought out and we still get to see those IPs, or we still get to see some greatness. Maybe we get a Dreamcast Mini, who knows? But the thing is that 650 people they're not just really losing their jobs. They're still going to be compensated, and if they still want to work anywhere else, they will receive some assistance. So that's really good on the part of Sega, but this is always really sad. And COVID-19, man, it sucks, and we need to get this virus up out of here. So while we all patiently wait for Anthem 2.0, we're wondering, what exactly is BioWare doing? They're a huge studio at this point. What are they doing? Well, they are officially giving us Mass Effect Trilogy, the Legendary Edition. It's crazy. It's like, who saw this coming? Everybody, right? Because it's just been rumored heavily for like a year or two, maybe even more. But I'm just very happy to the fact that this is officially happening. It includes 1 through 3 with all the DLC, all the pre-order weapons, and all of the equipment and outfits you can unlock, literally everything. I am excited about this, and then at the same time, kind of don't care. Here's why. I love Mass Effect. I've played all 3 of them. I've only beat the 3rd one, though. Right. I know. But y'all know how I feel about RPGs, but then if you mix it in with some good shooting, then there's something that happens to happen. Alright, the first one, I got stuck on like in the beginning and I didn't know where to go. And then the second one, I just stopped playing. I don't even remember why. Probably the RPG fatigue thing that I suffered from. But 3rd one was just fire. It was way more gunplay and interaction, and everybody felt the way. But anyway, BioWare officially released a statement, and they said this. They said a few statements. They said, for many months now, our team at BioWare has been hard at work updating the textures, shaders, models, effects, and technical features of 3 enormous games. Indeed they are. Our goal was not to remake or reimagine the original games, but to modernize the experience so that fans and new players can experience the original work in its best possible form. It's been amazing to see the adventures of Commander Shepard take on new life in super sharp resolution, faster frame rates, and beautiful visual enhancements. As game developers, we always hope that our games will transcend their original platforms. Having the opportunity to remaster the trilogy means that the fruits of a decade of our work will live on and will be experienced better and clearer than ever. And then they officially went on to go ahead and say how they went to talk about the systems that it's going to be on in the release window, at least. When they said Mass Effect Legendary Edition will include single player based content and DLC from Mass Effects 1, 2, and 3, plus promo weapons, armors, and packs, all remastered and optimized for 4K Ultra HD. It will be available in spring 2021 for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC with forward compatibility and targeted enhancements on the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. More information to come this year. Now, what's really sad is that we didn't hear anything about the Nintendo Switch at all. Seriously. Why can't we get Mass Effect on a Nintendo Switch? Maybe because that rumored Nintendo Switch Pro might be coming out around spring, so they got enough time and enough of a window to announce it after Nintendo does, or maybe they have the direct or whatever, and they say, hey, this is our new console, and look what's coming, and it's a bunch of games like this coming to it. That's too powerful for the current Nintendo Switch model. Either way you see it, I'm actually very excited about Mass Effect, and maybe I'll pick it up and just chip away at it and officially get a chance to maybe just to see how, you know, Commander Shepard's journey went along and how mine could have properly ended had I played every other Mass Effect before 3. Alright, so we already spoke about Spider-Man, but that's not the most relevant Spider-Man right now. We are talking about Miles Morales right now. So the official reviews came out just last Friday, same day as these PlayStation 5 reviews. More on that in a second. But it appears that even though the game is 7 to 10 hours and people are complaining, it appears to be doing very well. Here over on Metacritic, it's currently sitting at an 85, which is very, very interesting. So we're going to go over the top review and the bottom one, and basically to give it some balance. So we're going to go here and, well, going to say this. So the top review here says, New York City is a fantastic setting to step into the world of next-gen gaming. This, of course, is coming to you from Digital Spy. With smooth, consistent frame rates and the mind-blowing ray tracing capabilities to carry SpiderMan into the future, with Insomniac Games likely planning DLCs to extend the campaign. Miles Morales is a brilliant follow-up to a fantastic PlayStation exclusive franchise that will likely tempt over many gamers on the fence to buy the PS5 just so they can experience this wondrous story. Even though it's on the PS4, you want to experience it in its full splendor where it's meant to be played on the PS5. And then of course we go down to Telegraph, who gave it's sitting at a 60, and it says, perhaps inevitably on the PS5 the game itself almost feels like a secondary concern to the tech demo, but developers Insomniac deserve credit for delivering an experience at once both familiar enough to appeal to fans for the first game, but also with a strong identity of its own. Okay, so with that second review is just kind of like I'm hearing a lot of good things, and that review kind of sounds like a person that is upset that the game is maybe a little short, or maybe they just didn't even realize that this game actually started as DLC, but they said, let's make a whole game out of it. And going back over the game Digital Spy's review, maybe they're going to extend this game. This isn't a full price game by any means. It's $40 on current gen, and I do believe it's $50 alone on the PS5. Correct me down in the comments if I'm wrong, but it's not $70 next gen. So you're getting a 7 to 10 hour game, depending on if you want to collect everything. It probably can extend the time, but I'm just happy that this game is existing and it's great. And I mean, look at me, I'm happy about the representation, and honestly, I don't care if I get a PS5 this week or not. I'm not playing Miles Morales until I get a PS5. It is the most definitive way, the most beautiful way to experience it. I've seen enough screenshots and gameplay, and for the sake of it all, you can put a Spider-Man suit on a cat and your cat helps you fight. Doesn't get any better than that. Alright, lads and lads, let's talk those PS5 reviews. So everybody is pretty impressed with the system. They definitely said it doesn't seem as big, but it's still pretty big. It's towering over all the other systems. But they also praise the customization and the fact that those faceplates come right off. Me personally, I can't wait to pop those plates off, get them customized, and then pop back on in with the official GNGU logo, of course. But they also like how quiet it is. The heat, of course, comes right out of the top, and it also comes with a base for you to lock it in place, whether you want to put it vertically or horizontally, and just to keep it floating from getting scratched and stuff like that. But I was really interested in the controller. Yes, I actually went and looked up the reviews for the controller, because I felt from day one, from the moment we saw the DualSense controller, that we realized this might change the game as we know it, because it has, I don't know if it's 100% similar technology to the vibrations, the HD Rumble in Nintendo Switch, where you could tell it's ice cubes in the cup, but they want you to feel, that's what DualSense is, they want you to feel the difference in terrain, and everybody has constantly been praising the fact of how you can really feel the difference, and it's a new way of immersion in the game. So imagine before, say you're playing the games, and okay, the game is cool, and say it's an action game, and you like the combat or whatever, but the music is always just background noise until you're playing a game with really great music, and that is another way to immerse you. So basically, the controller itself is going to make you feel what's going on a little bit more in a different way, because the combination of haptic feedback and adaptive triggers make it vibrate in a different way, so you walk on different terrain or maybe even sword fights. And then there's also a microphone inside the controller itself, so you really don't need a headset if you don't, but the option is there. And of course it's USB Type-C charge, so I'm excited. The system is very fast, right? There's also a line of just of games, how long it took. Now there's a significant shave down on load times, but then it also just gets faster as the game progresses. From start screen to some of the last gen games, of course, from start screen to about maybe from boot up to start screen, I should say. Sometimes they take 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 40, and even more. But those are next gen, and I guess for review purposes, the updates aren't out officially yet, and it won't come out until the official launch date. But this is still significant cut downs in time and load times from current gen to the next gen. So I'm really excited about this PS5. I'm really hoping I can get it this week. It's online only, just a reminder for the launch as it is, but hopefully I can get lucky. If we do, of course, we will be having an unboxing and I will be posting some gameplay. I really should be trying to really enjoy the game. I'm really excited about it, but we are going to be doing some coverage. Man, oh man, I can't wait for this. What about you?